All right, so you know how today's fitness scene can be kind of wild,
Yeah.
especially if you've been hitting the gym for years, been putting in the work,
Hmm.
and then you see like teenagers looking like they're building muscle overnight. It's pretty crazy,
Yeah, that
right?
will be pretty discouraging.
Totally. And that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Okay.
We're taking a deep dive into this article, Generation Enhanced,
All right.
which, it really got me thinking, is this just a get off my lawn situation?
Right.
Or is there something more to this whole thing?
Yeah, because it's like you see these kids and it's like, how are they doing that?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So this article, it really looks at how the availability of these performance-enhancing drugs, PEDs,
Right.
are impacting how middle-aged men are seeing themselves and their own fitness journeys.
Well, yeah, and how could it not? Like when you're scrolling through social media
Oh, tell me about it.
and you see these guys,
It's
them
insane.
just unbelievably jacked.
Yeah, you see guys like Sam Sulek, the Trend Twins,
Oh, yeah.
and you're just like, wait a minute.
Like, is that even possible naturally?
Yeah, you just wonder, is that even real?
Right.
And the article brings up a really good point about the increase in PED use among younger people.
Which is kind of scary, right?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Almost 7% of adolescents have already tried anabolic steroids.
Wow.
And then for guys between 15 and 19, over 10% have used some type of PED.
It's a lot more common than people realize.
It is.
Yeah.
And these are the images we're all seeing online.
Exactly.
It's like this whole new standard of fitness.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's just not realistic.
Okay, so for those of us who maybe aren't as familiar,
Yeah,
can you break down what exactly PEDs are?
sure. So we're talking about things like testosterone, anabolic steroids.
Okay.
Basically, they're substances that can really give your muscle growth and performance a boost.
Got it.
But there's a catch, especially for guys who are, middle-aged like us.
Yeah.
As men age, their testosterone levels naturally start to decline.
Right. Usually this starts happening in their early 30s.
Around there, yep.
And this makes it harder to build and maintain muscle mass.
Makes sense.
So on one hand, you have these young guys who are getting this huge boost from PEDs.
Yeah.
And then you have guys who have been working out for years, but their bodies are naturally slowing down.
So it's not really a fair comparison, is it?
No, not at all. And then to top it off, you have all these social media influencers, right?
Oh, yeah?
The ones who look insanely ripped.
Like they're sculpted from marble.
Yeah. And a lot of them are using PEDs, but they're not exactly shouting it from the rooftops.
No, definitely not.
And even when they do kind of hint at it, younger people might not pick up on it.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
They just see the results, the six-pack abs, the big muscle.
I think, oh, if I just work hard enough, I can look like that too.
Exactly. But that's often not the whole story.
So it's not just about feeling a little left behind.
Hmm.
It's about being bombarded with these expectations that are not only unrealistic, but also potentially dangerous.
Exactly. And this is where we need to start talking about the health risks.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because PED use is linked to some serious issues.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're talking about liver damage, cardiovascular problems, even infertility.
Wow.
And there are also psychological effects to consider.
It's scary stuff.
It is. And these are risks that just aren't worth taking, especially when you're at a point in your life where you're building a family, a career.
You've got a lot more to lose.
Exactly. You understand the importance of your long-term health.
Okay, so knowing all this, how should someone, especially as they get older, approach fitness differently? What's a better way to go about it?
I think the first step is to rethink what fitness really means.
Okay, I like that.
It's not about chasing some impossible ideal that you see online.
Right.
It's about feeling good, having energy, being able to move well.
So you can keep up with your kids, you can play sports.
Exactly. It's about staying healthy so you can actually enjoy your life.
It's about building a body that supports you, not just a body that looks good in a selfie.
Exactly. And for guys in their 40s, 50s, maybe it means trying different types of training.
Like what?
Instead of just lifting heavy weights all the time, maybe try mobility work or yoga to get more flexible.
Yeah, those are good ideas.
Or working with a nutritionist who understands the specific needs of older guys.
Makes sense.
Find a group of people who are in the same boat, who are on a similar journey.
So it's more about working with your body.
Right.
Instead of trying to force it to be something it's not.
Absolutely. Embrace where you're at, and I think there's something really powerful about celebrating that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Instead of trying to compete with teenagers,
Yeah,
why not be a good example for them?
that's a good point.
Show them what real strength looks like, what it means to be healthy and fit over the long term.
I love that. Instead of getting discouraged by what we see online, we can actually use our experience to inspire a healthier approach to fitness.
Absolutely.
So in this world that's so obsessed with enhanced bodies, remember that real strength is about a balanced approach.
Exactly. It's about finding what works for you.
And that looks different for everyone.
It really does. And, maybe that's the message that will actually get through to the younger generation.
I hope so.
Maybe we can start shifting the focus away from these quick fixes and towards something that's more sustainable.
That's a great takeaway. And for those of you listening, think about this. What does a healthy and sustainable approach to fitness actually look like for you?
Yeah. What does that look like for you?
What steps can you take today to build a stronger, healthier version of yourself?
Yeah. What will work for you for the long haul?
That's something worth thinking about.
It is.
All right, that's it for this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.
See you then.